Hey guys, what's going on? Jim the Owl here, and I've been playing New World for like the past 4 days. If you know, you know. I've been trying to grind so I can get expansion content out. The expansion came out like a week ago now, I would say, and I really wanted to jump on and see if the expansion was worthwhile. I just didn't have a character that was leveled anywhere near the level to get into the expansion. My highest level character was 20 from when the game first launched. So I packed up my bags and made a new character, jumped on a server and just went for it. And I've been grinding hard, level 51 at the moment. The sad thing is that we've ran into a roadblock, but we'll get into that roadblock in a minute. I want to talk about how my leveling has been and my overall impressions of the game so far. I think New World's fun. I don't know. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's tedious. I don't think it's boring. I just think it's fun. I'm having a blast. Yeah, some of the things don't work, and that's yeah, it happens. It feels very indie, if I were to say anything. It's an Amazon game, and somehow it feels indie in comparison to every other MMO I've played. Some of the effects, especially for a mage, being a mage isn't very satisfying because the effects just aren't there for it. They're just very generic stockholder asset flips kind of deal that I would consider more than actual effects that you would see in a AAA MMORPG. But I can let it slide. The flamethrower build is fun. I'm also trying to kind of move towards using the flail. The flail seems fun and has some really nice effects to it. So the newer stuff seems to be much more better than the older stuff. But I mean, we'll let that slide and we'll let that live. The expeditions, I've done a majority of the expeditions now. I think I've done 3 or 4, and every expedition I've enjoyed. The beginning ones are a bit like more generic, but they're just to get you used to what you're going to be doing in these expeditions, get you used to the idea that you're going to use these staffs to solve puzzles. There'll be small puzzles, big puzzles, long puzzles, short puzzles, enemies in between all of them, and it's a fun little romp through these things. The further you get, the more bosses that you've got it down going through these things, and the one I'm up to has like 2 main bosses and 2 side bosses, like small enemies that have a bigger health bar and do more damage, and then 2 actual bosses. And yeah, it's enjoyable, it's fun. I wouldn't put a complaint on the expeditions. It's probably been one of my favorite parts. The PvP is astonishingly good and so much fun, with a lot of wiggle room to try and improve and learn combos, learn pacing, learn when to charge, when to not, when to hold, when to range, it's a really fun experience. I've been enjoying the arena PvP. Haven't really tried the open world PvP yet because I was kind of waiting till 60 to turn that on, so I didn't just get ganked by someone 10 times my level. However, I did beat someone that was 10 levels higher than me when he challenged me to a duel, which was pretty cool. So from there is questing. Questing is the weakest point of the game for me. The main quest line is fine. Side questing is meh. Once you get like through the beginning areas, the side quests split themselves up too much. One of my greatest claims in an MMO is normally all the side quests that you pick up for an area can be done within together. You normally don't have to go uber far from each quest to do it. WoW is a good example for this. As soon as you enter a town, if you take majority of the quests in the town in a new expansion or whatever, you'll normally be able to do all those quests from the get-go and then turn them all in at once. You normally don't have to go too far. There'll be 1 or 2 quests that send you a bit of a distance away or takes you to a different town to start questing there, but for the majority of them, they will all lock you into a similar zone so you can get majority of the quests done close to each other or right next to each other. Where New World, the further you go into the game and go through the world, the more these quests split themselves off from each other. There's a prime example. If you just open the map once you get to level 50, the level 50 to 60 areas have 4 or 5 quests, and they're all split at different ends of the map. But if you go back to a level 10 or a level 5 area, there's loads of quests, and they're all scattered right next to each other in a bulk place where you can just take them and go do majority of them next to each other. And that is annoying later on because without the mount makes it easier, but I'm thinking more on the fact that if people haven't bought the expansion yet or pre-expansion before you had the mount, moving from section to section would have been a pain in the ass to do. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of how the questing works. Also, most of the side quests are just boring, as most quests are. The main storyline is fine, and faction quests are even more boring because it's less XP, more generic stuff, mostly repeating into the same thing. It gets boring and tedious fast. The actual systems that you have, like skinning, wood logging, chopping, harvesting and all that stuff, all those systems are perfectly fine. I love all the gathering, all the mining, all the crafting. It's really fun. I'm enjoying all that stuff. Overall, I'm enjoying the New World experience. My biggest problem is right now, which is why this video is being made now, because I was going to try and hit the expansion and then do my whole critique on the thing. Like, you know, this was how I felt through leveling, and I would have said I really enjoyed it. Not anymore, because for 7 days now, since the expansion's launch, some people are reporting that it's been longer than the expansion, but the general consensus is, since expansion's launch 7-8 days ago now, the main story has been broken. Normally this wouldn't be as big of a deal, but this locks you off from 2 key items. You can't get an upgrade to the staff anymore, which is kind of needed for certain dungeons and expeditions, and I can't get a heart anymore, which I don't even know what that is, but some guys were explaining it to me as a item that is a good upgrade for power and to get you going through the high level areas, and I just can't get that. It's not possible because Amazon hasn't fixed the main storyline. They've had 2 patches since the expansion came out, and all they've done is fix expansion stuff and left the main game to rot and die. This is not how you handle the situation, Amazon. We should be fixing things that stop people from getting to the expansion that have just bought the bundle. There is currently a bundle out for New World and the expansion. Anyone who bought that is getting a middle finger right now, because you cannot progress the main story, which is one of the fastest ways to level, the easiest way to level, the most consistent way to level, and now you can't do it. Also, you're missing out on key upgrades needed. This is abysmal and appalling that Amazon has just left it 7 days, 8 days now, just doing nothing to fix this. And it's not like it's an unknown issue. People are pounding them with this issue, saying this needs fixing, bug report after bug report after bug report, and we are still waiting for this shit to get fixed. When I saw that I think the quest is called the Staff of Wizardry, when I saw that this was bugged, I thought originally it was an expansion quest that was bugged, and people were moaning that it took 7 days since the expansions came out to play the expansion properly or get a powerful item. I did not know that the main story quest in the base game has been broken for 8 to 7 days, and no one is fixing this. No one has posted anything about this on the New World forums, Reddit. No devs have mentioned anything about when this is getting fixed. I'm going to have to go into the expansion a bit weaker than I should be. Even when I hit 60, I'll be missing the staff and a heart, and I'll have to see how much that does impact the game. But from what I'm being explained to, it's going to impact it a lot. It's also going to impact my enjoyment on leveling, because the main quest is one of the easier, faster ways to level, and I just don't have that option anymore. This is appalling, and I don't know why they are doing this. It should have been a priority fix. There's been 2 patches, and we're still sitting and waiting. Amazon, you can't keep getting away with this. The amount of times you've broken New World, left it so long to fix it, and then reverted people back in patches is insane. This is like, you're not learning. You're just not learning from your mistakes and keep doing them. There's no wonder this game just has a player base and then doesn't after so long, because you can't get your asses into gear and fix this shit. But it is what it is, I guess. I'll just have to deal with what I've got and just level through side quests and stuff, and hope that the staff and the heart don't pay too big of a deal while going into the expansion. So that is it. I just wanted a big rant about this because, like, it's insane to me that there is a main story quest that has upgrades to the character that is needed to progress through the game and get to certain content, and it's broke, and it's been broke for 7 to 8 days, and they've done nothing and said nothing about it that I can see. There might be something they've said that I just don't see. I've not seen it on their forums. I've not seen it on the Reddit. I've not seen it on their Twitter. So I'm basing this off. I can't find it. It's insane, and it's not right, and definitely should have been a priority fix, especially with 2 hot fixes, which were just patches. They weren't hot fixes. They were full-blown patches, but pop off queen. I don't know. It's kind of shocking, but yeah, that's the New World situation at the moment. I'm really enjoying the game, but this is just something that is very irritating to me. So I'll see you guys when I hit the expansion, whenever I do. It's starting to get close to a deadline. I think there's a Wayfinder thing today, but I'll go up on Wayfinder Wednesdays. Gives me something to put there. And then on the 13th is Lords of the Fallen, so New World might make a back burner appearance for the expansion until I can get there. But I'm hoping to get there before the 13th so I can give some sort of an opinion on it. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully this is fixed soon. Peace. Future Ashley here. I've just found out that they have another Twitter called New World Game Status. I still couldn't find anything leading up to this that they've stated in this, so I was still right somewhat in my video. But I'm just tagging this on at the end. They've tweeted that they've got a fix coming. They tweeted it today. Several quest issues are going to be fixed, including the staff that's not being spawned in, and the missing T4, T5 staffs. You need to progress the game. So the main quest line is getting fixed. They do know about it. It's going to take a day or two, so it still doesn't help me in the slightest, because the hotfix will be as soon as possible, likely within the next day or two. So that is just talk for, we have no fucking clue. It could be in the next week, so just hope and pray it's soon. I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm just going to have to grind other means and come back for the staffs eventually once I can. Because I need to get into this expansion and just give my thoughts and opinions on it, so that I can go play Lords of the Fallen and stuff when it comes out and not feel like I'm being weighed down by anything and just enjoy that. So I'm just gonna have to grind other means, but it's good to know that they've actually took like some accountability for it and said they're gonna fix it. It's just took too long. It's took way too long to fix this, so I'm still not gonna give them brownie points or anything. It's been 8 days. They should have fixed it already. But anyway, yeah, peace.